providing resources and comfort to caregivers. This is Caregiver Crossing.
Well, good morning,
Look
everyone.
who's back!
Back again. Hi, welcome to Caregiver Crossing. Thanks for being here. I'm back. I'm Tina McIntosh in studio with
Terry Stacy.
and
Noah Taylor.
and
We're so glad you're back.
We are so happy.
So all right. So I've been on sabbatical. We call it Refresh at Joy's House. It is a gift that we give to our employees at Joy's House Adult Day and caregiver support for a certain amount of time that we've worked here. And I've been here 25 years. And so I just got back from 6 weeks of sabbatical. There's something different when you say sabbatical versus like time off, by the way. Like nobody bothered me.
Would you tell everybody you're going on sabbatical?
It hits
Instead
differently.
of I've just got time, I'm going to take some time away.
Yeah.
To the people that are hearing you say that.
Yes. I even in my own household sent out a text
right.
like, this is what sabbatical is for me. This is, my expectation of our household during this time. And it was everything it should be. But we call it a refresh, and it was refreshing. I don't know how else to say it.
Well, what was refreshing about it?
I mean, I didn't go anywhere. I stayed home, and it was wonderful. I didn't say yes to anything for anybody. I just kind of did it on a whim.
Buy any farm animals while you were away?
Well, we got a new puppy.
I knew something was coming.
Puppy.
We got a new puppy. Her name is Mildred.
Wait, is
Millie.
this the wiener?
This is the little wiener dog.
This dog is the cutest wiener you've ever seen, and they're all wonderful. But this one,
She's pretty cute.
She's pretty special.
She'll have to come in studio sometime. She's really sweet. But being home with her was a big deal. But I did this thing that my therapist, I started going to therapy again a few months ago, and I want to share it with the two of you and you listening. My therapist called it productive rest. Productive rest. What would that mean to you?
It means really resting.
Okay.
Yeah, purposeful rest.
Yeah, purposeful rest.
Yeah.
Purposeful, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Not just taking a nap.
not just napping. And it was little things like, oh, hey, Tina, you want to go for a walk? And I'd go for a walk with somebody. And I tried to move my body every day. It was things like, I thought, oh, it's beautiful outside. I'll just go sit outside for 15 minutes in the sun and do nothing. Like let the dogs run around and just do nothing. I learned I really can sleep though. Like I can sleep a good 9 hours a night.
Well, because of the sabbatical, I think.
I don't know.
Don't you
I
think
just
once
think I
you
could
get,
sleep.
Isn't there some sort of research or studies done after you've taken a vacation, even if it's 2 weeks, within 7 days, you're right back to where you were before you left?
Your words are terrible.
Don't mean
Those
to
are
be
terrible
I don't
words.
mean to be it. I don't mean to say the bad words, but I mean I'm just saying because of
serious?
that stress comes right
No,
back.
I'm not letting it happen. I am.
And you
I
have
am
to. You
protecting
have to
Fight the
fight it.
stress.
Yeah,
Mhm.
protect yourself.
Mhm.
You're truly the only person I know that knows how to do these things right. When you take a vacation or you take a sabbatical or you really have learned to put yourself
Well, thanks.
in the driver's seat. This is how
Yeah.
it's going to be, and this is what I'm doing, and it's for you. That's why you took a sabbatical. It was for you.
It was for me. I'll tell you one thing, and I know we have things we want to talk about on the show, but it also, so I want people to hear that, first of all. Like, for me, productive rest also meant I cleaned off over 9,000 pictures on my phone.
Wow.
Oh my
You
gosh,
guys-
we
That
all
takes
need
a
to
lot
do
of
that.
time.
It
Yeah,
takes-
I think
and it
we
takes
probably
a
all
lot
do.
of-
Yeah.
You know what else it takes? Courage. Because I don't know if courage is the right word, but you have to be brave to do it. You have to let go of that
No, hold on.
picture,
I
or
put
did you
them on
just
an
move
external
them?
hard drive. I
Okay.
mean, but I was very specific because I get stressed when I'm looking at my phone and there are 10,000 pictures on there. Like, why? And, 18 of them are the same. I
Right.
mean, it's so stupid.
And
So
I have like one photo of a piece of paper from like 4 years ago that I don't know if I still
you
need.
should probably keep it.
But I should probably keep it.
Get rid of it. I mean,
Yeah.
really. So I did that. I had pictures. My kids are, 16, 20, and 22. And I still had pictures of them as infants framed in the house because when's the last time I took the time to print
Yeah.
and frame the pictures? I put up new frame pictures. I mean, so it's little things for me that are everyday things. I filled the dog food on the second floor. Dumb to some people, but I'm tired of, I need dog food. I'd run down out to the garage. Like, I just tried to move things around so that my life I don't go back. I want to beat that. Terry, I want to beat the 7-day going
You
back
can-
to
you
being
can
where I
beat it.
was.
You
Yeah,
can.
it sounds like you've taken a lot of steps
So-
to be able to
Yeah.
beat that.
And I
You
held
really
we had
have.
some parties. We had a party for my my daughter who just turned 23 this week. So happy birthday to Maya.
Happy birthday.
We had a teenies and weenies party. martinis
and
and a hot dog
martinis
bar.
and
Oh
weenies.
my gosh, that
Oh,
sounds
that's
so
a
good.
Yeah.
one.
That's a different
Teenies
thing. I'll
and
tell you
weenies.
about later. But
Teenies and weenies.
but it was wonderful. I feel lighter, and I'm grateful
That's
to Joy's House for the
awesome.
gift.
Then
So,
then you know what? It worked.
yeah, and I missed your faces.
We missed
We
your
missed
faces
you.
and your voice.
Well, thanks. So speaking of lighter, you want to talk about this program?
Oh, lighter. Yeah, I would love to. So, the Tampa International Airport just hosted its first ever Wings for Autism event. This gives children with autism or other diagnosis the chance to go through every step of air travel without the airplane leaving the ground.
Such a good idea.
Wait a minute. So what happens, Terry?
Well, there really are exposing, autism or any of those. I hate flying. Was so afraid to fly. This would have been good for me too. You're getting that experience before you actually do take a flight.
So you're not flying, but it's like the plane is there and you can go through.
Go
I would imagine
through.
like security and all the checkpoints, and
And
then
all the
just go sit
people.
on the
Yeah.
plane
You
and
get to
feel
sit
it.
on the
yeah,
plane,
awesome.
talk
That's
to
really good.
the attendants, and even get served snacks too.
Such
What?
a good idea.
And how good for the employees. I'm thinking like whether it be the is it not airline
Flight attendant.
flight attendant?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Or TSA or anybody along the path, then to have the experience with somebody living with autism. There's so many variations, right, of life with autism. I bet they have a comfort now that they didn't have before.
I know,
Yeah.
it's so amazing. Like,
Wait, do we do that here?
I don't know, actually.
We'll have
I
to
don't know if
check.
the Indianapolis has had a Wings for Autism event or something like that. I mean, yeah, I echo that thought that Terry said. It. Even I am terrified of flying.
hate
So I
it.
can't imagine what it's like for people who have those sensory issues. And for the everybody who works there to know too, to be a little bit more comfortable. I feel like as much as we can do to train employees to be comfortable with different types of people.
Have you guys ever scoped anything out ahead of time before doing it?
No, before done anything in particular or
Yeah, like
flying?
I'm thinking you're taking a loved one or yourself to a Colts game. Like, have you done kind of a dry
Oh.
run?
I absolutely do. Like anytime I'm going to a restaurant, you have to look up the menu before to
I
find
do
out
that
what you
too.
want. I do that.
Yeah.
You got to look
Parking?
up where
I was gonna
where
say
you
parking
go,
for
find the
me.
parking,
I do look for parking first.
find the restrooms.
Yeah. Well, and for listeners, maybe, if you have someone living with a diagnosis, maybe doing one of the cards, the have patience with us. My loved one is living with blank,
Yeah.
whatever the diagnosis is, and may take some time together on their thoughts. We've said it before, but you can get those things printed for a minimal amount of money and just hand them out to the hostess or the parking attendant or
Yeah.
folks as you go along, and then it feels like it's easier. So yeah, I'm a big fan. So what's the name of this program again?
Wings for Autism.
Wings for Autism.
Really good idea.
Yeah, Terry, I have a feeling you're gonna.
I'm gonna look them up. We'll
yep.
see if we can get these guys on the phone.
I like
Be
it.
good.
All right, we've got to go. We'll be back here in just a moment, but stick around.
All right, you can find past episodes of the show at joycehouse.org and be sure to like and follow us on Facebook. If you'd like to connect with us to discuss show topics, need help connecting with resources, or just have a question that you'd like for us to answer on air, or just want to say hey, you can reach us at 317-254-0828 or email Tina at joycehouse.org. And you're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you weekly by Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We're here every week to bring you support, education, and hopefully a good laugh. Visit joycehouse.org to connect with us, to hear past episodes, learn more about caregiver support resources in the community, and much, much more. All right, don't go anywhere, anybody. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after the break.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale, up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery with the purchase of any smart bed. Ends Monday. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Searching for a romantic summer getaway? Escape with Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original from Lily Chu. The exquisitely talented Philippa Sue, returning to narrate her 5th Lily Chu title. This time, Philippa is joined by her real-life husband, Stephen Pasquale. Set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country, aka the Hamptons of Canada, Rich Girl Summer follows the story of Valerie, a down-on-her-luck event planner posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter. while piecing together the secrets surrounding a mysterious family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the impossibly hard-to-read and infuriatingly handsome family assistant, Nico. Caught between pretending to belong and unexpectedly finding where she truly fits in, Valerie learns her summer is about to get far more complicated than she ever planned. She's in over her head and head over heels. Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
Oh, welcome back. I forgot we were on air.
We are in the air.
Welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. We are a show that is here every week to talk about all things caregiving. And I am Tina McIntosh in studio with...
Oh, Terry's here.
Oh, I'm Noah.
Hey, we were talking about a number of things, but we were talking about my sabbatical, and it made me think of something that was really important that now I've forgotten. Oh, I know what it was. One of the things I did during that time was I stopped taking some medications. Per my doctors. I worked with my doctors. But you guys, I was to the point, I was on letrozole for, is that what it's called? For, it's an inhibitor for estrogen because of my cancers, my historical cancers. And I was on it for the prescribed amount of time, which was 5 years. But I was having some major effects to my body, mainly estrogen, helps to like lubricate your joints and stuff. And so I couldn't, my hips, like when I would sit like this for a while and then get up, I would hurt. Arthritic. And I have
because
arthritis
you
throughout my body.
The estrogen or because
I can't have the estrogen, so I had an inhibitor. So anyway, they say, give me 2 months off of it. And he thinks I'm going to feel so much better.
Because now you're producing a little bit of estrogen, yes?
Yeah.
This is such a conversation right now about estrogen.
It is a
and
huge
how
thing.
It has such a bad there was a time when we were like, we don't want estrogen, right? We don't want once you go into menopause or whatever, you don't want estrogen replacement. You didn't want any of that because of the side effects could be cancer.
Right.
And so everybody got really scared. But what I think we're realizing is we really do need estrogen. And once we do start taking it again in some sort of way, that we change, we come back to life.
Yeah, and you have to be careful, right? Because like I can't have too much. My body turns estrogen into cancer,
right?
But without it, my quality of life was really declining.
So
too.
what do we? I think this is such a great conversation because everybody's just talking about it. And you're hearing all the different sides.
Listen, I mean, there are other side effects too that I don't feel are appropriate for me to bring up, but some female side effects that are very real that I've
growing
experienced.
A tail?
Other than the tail, there are other things too that nobody ever talks about.
An
Go
extra
on.
ear?
You keep asking. I did not do that. Any other questions? It's going to get real weird.
I'm so curious.
No, but there are other side effects to not. And my point in sharing this is that sometimes we get on the medications, we stay on them forever, and we forget that to talk with our doctors or our pharmacists, and when we go off of them, quality of life sometimes can be better. And I just, I hear so many caregivers say, well, my loved one's always been on blah, blah, blah. And well, maybe that's part of the problem with their fogginess. And maybe if they came off of that medicine after talking to your medical team, things might be better. So there's that. Terry, I'll let you in after we go off air.
I'm just curious, so curious I want more information about estrogen right now.
All right. Noah's making notes. Estrogen,
that'll
women.
be our next segment.
Well,
yeah.
it is important, and it's something we don't always think of, particularly when we're dealing with bigger things, whether it be a dementia or a cancer or MS or Parkinson's or, strokes, whatever it is, we forget that the everyday stuff is important. I also tried to go off of Zyrtec just to go get allergy tested for seasonal allergies. Oh, heck no, there's something called rebound itching. Do you know about this?
Oh, no.
Your body goes through this withdrawal. I've been on it for so long, my body went through withdrawal. And the itching, you guys, I thought I was going to go insane, scratching at the palms of my hand, my wrists. Like, I finally called it. I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, that sounds agonizing.
It was terrible.
Especially right now, too.
It's terrible.
My allergies have been awful.
Well, there's no way to stop that.
No, I tried
the
to actually.
It's on the inside of you.
Well, I tried to get underneath my skin and scratch from the inside out. You can't do that.
Well, no.
I would scratch marks everywhere.
gosh.
Anyway, what do you want to talk about, Noah?
I want to talk about adult days. So we're focusing
Yes.
on education this month in August, and I think it would be a great time to educate some of our caregivers about what an adult day service is. And then in the next segment, we'll talk about a little back to school list for this fall.
I love it. Well, Adult Day, so Joy's House, who sponsors Caregiver Crossing, that's where Noah and I work. Terry's honorary coworker here at Joy's House. We're in the Joy's House studio. We are an Adult Day program. Now, we also have other programs for family caregivers, of which Caregiver Crossing, this show, is one. But we're not the only Adult Day around. We're not the only Adult Day in Indianapolis. We're not the only Adult Day in Indiana or across the nation or even across the world. And so I want people to know that if you're not in the Indianapolis area, it's okay. And if you need help finding an adult day in your area, just, call us or Joy's House, tina@joyshouse.org, send an email, we'll help you. We all take different shapes and forms, but the bottom line is we are centers and spaces where your loved one or you, if you're aging or living with some kind of a diagnosis, where you can come and have safety is always at the top of the list. Community, purpose, a reason that you are getting up and coming out into the world. And that often gives the caregiver the respite that they need, allows them to continue working, allows them to have productive rest, to have, go out and have their Tuesday afternoons with their friends, whatever it is. Our goal is to keep you all at home together for as long as possible. What am I missing?
I mean, I think that said it perfectly. At Joy's House, we see every day how much the space means for both the person attending and the caregiver at home. You talked a little bit about our caregiver support services as well. And we're not just an adult day, so we found out that we need to focus on the caregivers as well.
It's a unit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, now I will say on the adult day side, most of our guests, which are what we call our clients, they really don't want to be here in the beginning. We hear a lot of times like, I'm not like those people, or you're not going to come back and get me, or whatever it is.
Or
but
I'm not going to get, I won't have dementia or whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not primarily always just for, sometimes you think of this as where seniors come, right? But not all your clients have ever always been a senior.
Over 18 at Joy's House. Now, other adult days might focus on younger adults. There are some that focus on younger adults living with autism, or younger adults living with some kind of a life-altering diagnosis, traumatic brain injury. There are some that just focus on folks living with a TBI. There was one in town for a long time. I don't know that they're still open, but here in Indianapolis, that only served older adults who were primary language was Russian.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Is
so
that
some
right?
get very
That's incredible.
specific in their niche of, who they're wanting to create safety and community for. But I've been a part of the National Adult Day Services for a long time, and they are just really good people. Some are profit, some are not for profit. Some are medical, like heavy medical. Some are what we call non-medical, or others might say social. But I would say like Joy's House is a non-medical, but our folks, and you know this, Noah, usually have a medical need. They just don't have that medical need when they're with us. What else you got?
Real quick, I got one question before we go here. Could you just explain a little bit about what a day in the life at Joy's House look like for our guests?
What day is it?
It's a Friday. It's a warm Friday during the summer.
I mean, so there's safety, there's community, there's food. Usually, folks come in and they're welcomed in the morning and start with some kind of activities, maybe, music or a trivia, share lunch with friends. We try to also make sure that we are physically stimulating, and that we're going to have some kind of an activity that causes people to move their bodies, because the reality is how many of us just stay home and don't move our bodies anymore. Or Terry, you've heard people come on the show and say, the biggest thing my mom does is complain about the mailman being late.
Aw.
And so it really is about purpose. And
Some of my favorite times when I've come here, and I've said this before, is that I will walk in and it's a 2-story place, and offices are up at the top on the second floor, but we look down and there's a beautiful garden type of area, or an area for their clients, and to watch them dancing with some of your staff and your volunteers, and the music is always nostalgic, and everybody's just having a really great time, whether they're just sitting and watching everybody dancing or whatever that is. But it's just a beautiful picture of the things that are offered here.
You know, we have a University of Indianapolis location as well. And that was one of the big things when we were replicating Broad Ripple was we have to have a space that's outside.
Yeah.
And we have to have room to move. And so, again, Joy's House, let us help you. If we're not the right fit, we will absolutely share the information for somebody that we know who will also care for you and your family. So thanks for asking. And we're going to take a break. Stick around for more Caregiver Crossing.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you by Joyce House in partnership with Cardon & Associates. With 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience, Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us for more information and to find a community near you. Stay put, everybody. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after the break.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a show we call Caregiver Crossing. I'm Terry Stacy. Next to me is
Tina McIntosh.
Next to her is
Noah Taylor.
And we're here with you each and every week. Thank you again for sticking around with us. It's back to school season, everybody. You know that. I still see you flying through the school zone. Stop it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes, schools
take
are
your time.
back. Schools are back in session.
welcome to Lessons from Terry.
Number one.
I'm always watching. Always.
She's even wagging her finger, y'all. Like she's
Because you
wagging
gotta
her
stop
finger at
it.
you.
I see you flying through those, mostly
do
through
it.
IPS school zones, and you've got to stop it. Somebody's going to get hurt. And last year we had fatalities. We just had a bad school year, as far as I remember, of kids getting hit and
Here's a thought.
people running the stop things.
But here's the thought. How about two things? We think about other people no matter what we're doing, and we follow the law. I don't
That's
know.
all. That's all we want you to do.
Have some empathy.
That's it.
Is it legal? Is it safe? Is it ethical? Those are my guiding three questions.
I think those are good three questions.
Is it legal? Is it safe? Is it ethical?
I might always forget ethical. But anyway, not just kids going back to school, but also kids with backpacks, right? And for caregivers, it is a perfect time to refresh routines and gather the items that make daily life easier.
That's what I did on my sabbatical.
Yeah,
is
it
what
was
you
like
did.
getting ready for back to school.
I didn't
getting
even
ready
know
for
we were
back
going
to
to do
work.
this segment.
I see. I planned it all accordingly.
He did.
Noah,
I know.
you.
So thankful.
But it's true. Like, have you gone through your medications, throwing out the ones that are old, restocked things, car kits? We talk about car kits on this show a lot. And
Yeah.
we're coming up on, fall leads to winter. It's going to be here. I hate to say that before we know it. It's
Yeah.
just true, right?
We're already halfway through August.
So do you have extra medication in the car, a change of clothing, maybe blankets, maybe something that soothes your loved one? Fidgets or an activity box or anything. Nowadays you can play all kinds of music on your phone, but if you still have a CD player, then CDs that they like or anything like that. Is that what you're kind of thinking with
That is
this?
exactly it.
Okay.
It's like basically packing a bag that holds all the essentials for your loved one that they would need for a smooth and comfortable day, just to make that time with them a little bit easier, and for you and the caregiver.
Okay, what would be in your bag?
Oh, what would
If
be
I were creating
in
a bag for
my
you,
bag?
Noah, what would be in it?
Absolutely. I carry around a water bottle every day.
Yep, me too.
I have my water bottle. I've got a little, like a fidget toy, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a fidget spinner, but it's tactile, certainly like that. And then in my bag, I also need allergy medicine and maybe some ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Those are my
okay.
four. Those are my top four going in my bag.
Your bag is small.
Terry.
Yours could be just a pouch that you
Yeah,
wear around
I'm just
here.
shoving it all in my pocket.
Terry, on the other hand, would you like a full-size suitcase?
I do need.
And what would go
I
into
really
that?
do. Honestly, so many things. We're talking about comfort, right? Things that I would need for comfort. Well, of course, I'd have to pack the Yoo-hoo. The Yoo-hoo chocolate drinks that always brings me comfort. To this day, I still have. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I do.
They're
I
like
love a
chocolas,
Yoo-hoo.
but I just don't find chocolas like I used to.
Because it's not 1967, but go on.
No,
I understand.
no. But still that chocolate water that I grew up with.
so true.
So I have a carton always in because it brings me comfort. So I have that. You're going to need to bring, of course, my cat. She's coming in the backpack.
Okay.
She would be there. If we can get the dog in the backpack too. Those are my comfort things, right?
Understood.
Also, always like to have really nice, comfortable, fun slippers
I feel like
in
that's
my
important.
backpack.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
It really is. And then you know what else? I need my comforting jewelry. I've become one of those people that always, if it's not on me, I hope you'll pack it for me, please.
Right.
And that is, my cross and my holy cross, and then my guardian angel, and all the things that
I love that.
my pieces that I have. What else?
That's really
Don't
sweet.
forget my Cheetos.
Don't
just
forget
the normal
my
Cheetos, Cheeto Puffs, hot Cheetos.
my
Cheetos.
chocolate water and my Cheetos.
Yeah, please.
I want to go with dairy. I need some
and
snacks.
then I'm pretty happy. But for you, Tina, what do you need? Because you really are thoughtful. I'm
Well-
just throwing stuff out there that I love.
But here's what I'm thinking, like for you, hearing you say your cat and your dog, and I understand that. Maybe someone listening, you can't pack your cat and your dog, but can you pack a stuffed animal? Or can you
Yes.
pack a little photo album that somebody could flip through if they needed to? I've told the story before that years ago, some of you might remember. I mean, I'm talking probably 18 years ago. There was a huge storm in Indianapolis, and I had 2 toddlers at the time. And my car ride that should have taken me 20 minutes took 4.5 hours. Do you remember that storm? We
I
all were
do.
stuck. You were probably
Are
reporting
you talking
it.
about snow?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were all just cars everywhere, everybody was stuck. I had 2 toddlers, very hungry toddlers that I picked up early from childcare. And all I had in the car was 1 bottle of water and a sweet potato pie. And we ate that
I don't
sweet
remember
potato
this
pie
Everybody shared
Did
it.
you?
with our hands. I mean, we just, we ate sweet potato pie all the way home. I mean, and drank out of that 1 bottle of water. But ever since then, I'm like, I have a car kit. There's
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah.
So, so I'm wondering about those listening with your loved one. If it can't be the actual dog, can it be a stuffed animal? Can it be pictures? Can it be a coloring book that has dogs in it? And, you've got crayons or whatever in there. So
Tina just showed us when we were on a break. She was just showing us her new dog, and she's got the pictures on her on the phone. And again, it just changed her life for a minute. She just was with the dog,
Yes.
when she was showing and looking at these pictures of her new baby, and it just does something for you.
So, you can do that with anything. Noah really likes crickets. We could just have like a little
Does Noah
cricket
like
stuffed
cricket?
animal.
I
or
love that sound. Yeah.
We could have pictures. We could have the sound of
That's
crickets.
all I want. I just need the crickets noise just playing in my ear 24/7.
Not cicadas,
No, actually,
That's different.
which is I'm hearing right now. You're hearing the cicadas.
people hate cicada noises,
I
but
think they're
unpopular
cool.
opinion, I really like the noise.
I
I
like them
do.
too. I made up the cricket thing, but now I feel like it's true.
I-
So
now you're gonna
yeah,
see
that
me
cricket
have bugs
sound.
in the office.
for me, and I think for others, this might be good too, some kind of a shawl or a blanket.
You're right.
That instantly
Very
gives me comfort.
Yeah.
No matter where I am. Definitely need my meds.
Mhm.
Like make sure I have some extra meds. I love Play-Doh or a stress ball.
Oh, you
Yeah.
do?
I love
A good stress ball, you really can't go wrong with.
for real, unless it pops and then that's a bad
Okay, and then you
moment.
can definitely go wrong.
But I do think these are very important. And so, for some people, it might be considered a go bag. Y'all know I have a little prepper in me. But for others, I think it just is smart to have a car kit, to have these things that are easy for you to pick up because it makes everybody's life better and easier. Just those little prep moments can really take away a lot of the angst that's happening. So I don't know. There are other things too. Anything else on the list that we could
Some
pack?
communication tools, maybe update your contact lists, any care notes you might need, or any apps on your phone too. Find my friend. What is that called on your iPhone? Where you can see all your loved ones' locations on
Well, it
the map.
depends. Are you on Snapchat? Are you
You're right,
360?
you're right.
Or, you got
Some of those
options.
communication tools though are really helpful.
All right, we're going to have to take a break. We'll be back in just a moment here on Caregiver Crossing.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you as a service of Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. With locations in Broad Ripple and near the University of Indianapolis campus, Joyce House provides exceptional day services for individuals living with a life-altering diagnosis and compassionate support for family caregivers throughout the community. At Joyce House, we believe that everyone deserves to live their best life, regardless of their abilities. Learn more about our Adult Day and Caregiver Support Services by calling us at 317-254-0828 or by visiting joycehouse.org today. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing shortly.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's Caregiver Crossing. I'm Terry Stacy along with Tina McIntosh and Noah Taylor producing today's show. August is Spinal Muscular Atrophy Awareness Month. Now, this is something I have not heard of. Tina has been doing a little bit more studying, and so is Noah, about what this is. But this is bringing attention to this very rare genetic disorder that affects the nerve cells controlling voluntary muscle movement. SMA can range from severe forms that appear in infancy to milder types that begin later on in life. But early diagnosis can make a life-changing difference. What have you learned in watching? You've been watching, both of you, TikTok, Instagram.
TikTok, that's
and
where I
some
get
of
most
those-
of my
Yeah.
information in the world.
Yeah, well, good for you.
I mean, it's a true story, but I like
No, I
it
mean,
because
it's
these are real
true.
people. And then
They
I also
are.
see interactive conversation from different perspectives. And I didn't know anything really about spinal muscular atrophy. So I appreciate an awareness month. It's working,
Yeah,
right? Like we're bringing
absolutely.
awareness to this. And it affects 1 in every 6 to 10,000 births. And around 1 in 40 to 60 people is a carrier of this. It's actually the leading genetic cause of death in infants because what I understand is a lot of times they can't lift their heads.
Mhm.
And so watching the videos of these folks has been enlightening to me because it's like if someone is going to eat their, let's just say, a bowl of cereal, maybe their hand, they can't voluntarily move that hand. So they have to help that hand to come up, whether it be with the other arm or a device. And so there are lots of ways to, I don't know, like anything, kind of work with a diagnosis. But this is a new one for me. It's a new one for me.
The
What
little
else have
baby,
we
they were
learned?
talking about that little, saw a video of
Yeah.
a mom maybe or a nurse that was holding a little baby to show that maybe this is one of the symptoms or the signs. And it was picking up your little baby as they lay on their stomachs. And then the little baby's head just it just didn't come up. It just, gravity pulled it down.
They called it
and
a
they
U.
couldn't.
Yeah.
Did they call
The
it
baby
a U?
kind of went into an upside down U shape, if you
Yeah.
will. Yeah. And yet, you know, a lot of the videos that Noah and I just watched were of adults living with this,
Yes.
you know, spinal muscular atrophy. It's SMA, and living very full lives because they figured out how to work, you know, in spite of, because of, along with this diagnosis.
I think it's so important, too, that early diagnosis really can make a life-changing difference. I mean, this isn't just for spinal muscular atrophy, but honestly, we see a lot of diagnosis where early detection can save lives, whether that's any type of lung cancer, any type of cancer like that, or something like this as well. Catching that early on and doing those screenings can really save lives.
It's an interesting point because how many of us, I mean, like, raise my hand, how many of us put off going to get tested or looked at for something?
Because you're scared.
You're scared. It's
You
not
think
your
it'll go
priority.
away.
I don't have the time. Yeah, just give it
Lots of
another couple
excuses.
months.
It won't happen
Yep.
to me, blah,
Right?
blah, blah. Yeah.
I mean, I as someone who has lived through 2 primary cancers, I can't tell you how many people in my world have waited to go in to be tested for a cancer to find out that if they had gone 6 months earlier when they found a lump, or they had gone 8 months earlier when they had that chronic pain, it would have been a different prognosis.
Would have been a different story.
Yeah.
We talked about that too a little bit last week, since it's National Eye Exam Week. We also talked about going to get
We
your
did.
eyes tested as early and as often as possible too, to
And
make
that's
sure
one
you're
of
aware
them that we
those
don't
things.
do.
Right.
We often put off eye doctors.
I mean, I'm
of
just
all of
saying,
them.
again, something I did over sabbatical time.
Went to go see the eye doctor.
And why? Because I just couldn't make the time
Yeah.
when I was due months ago. I
Yeah.
just, we're terrible at it.
We are terrible
at
at it, and we also are frustrated with the
Ugh.
healthcare system.
Yeah.
Not being able to get appointments for months down the road, and I mean, I think we're frustrated with the medical world right now.
But even more reason to call today.
I agree,
Right? Because
wholeheartedly,
I understand that. But if we call now
Yeah.
and set the appointment for when we
I agree.
Down the road, it doesn't make a big difference if it's in 3 months. But I agree, getting with the specialist is really hard. There were some things that Noah and I stumbled on when we were watching these videos, though, that I think are really important to pass along for anybody. Again, we're talking about Spinal Muscular Atrophy Awareness Month. It is often known as SMA, and it is a disorder it's a genetic disorder that affects the nerve cells that control your voluntary muscle movement. So you can't maybe move the things you're hoping and trying to move. But here were some tips that people gave us from the TikTok. Air tags on your wheelchair.
Honestly, that story, that is a fantastic tip, but that story is really sad too, and one that I didn't even think about. When you're on a flight for hours, and then the moment you get off, your wheelchair's not there.
Yes.
Is that something that when you were watching that TikTok video, is this not a rare occurrence?
I believe it happens.
It happens more than it should.
And can you imagine not having the thing that is the reason
Your transportation,
you can get from A to B,
right?
and
Yeah.
your comfort, and
Right.
becomes a part of you.
Yeah.
I mean, so putting an air tag on your wheelchair, brilliant.
Very smart.
Laminated instructions for how to fold or unfold or move, and just hook those onto a wheelchair if you're using that. Someone else talked about how because of their diagnosis of SMA, they're sitting all of the time and get all these hot spots on their bodies in places that are not comfortable. And so using, body powders, or there are certain cushions and seats, making sure you're moving your body around. And I just think that leads me to, you've got to talk with your medical team. And your medical team is, yes, your doctor or your PA or your nurse practitioner. It is also very much your therapists, your PTs, your physical therapists, your occupational therapists, your speech therapists, and just telling them what's going on. I think you'll be surprised at the solutions they can come up with. And some are homemade and easy, and others you can just buy by going, to
Getting
the
from
drugstore.
Walmart. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. But it really is also interesting, and you both have done it, and that is finding out help from watching TikTok videos. At least
I'm
great
telling you.
advice, and that stuff works too. I mean, it's just amazing to me.
Well, it's funny.
how much, and that's like number one, I think, on where we're getting our medical advice is on social media.
I mean, listen, I'm 53 years old, and when you presented that this was Spinal Muscular Atrophy Awareness Month, what was the first thing I did? I didn't Google it. I didn't, go into anything else. I literally pulled up TikTok and put it because I wanted to hear from people. I wanted to see people who are living with the diagnosis. I don't know. I'm a huge advocate for TikTok.
And it's real people with real stories that have the real tips to share to us.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
There's lots of caregiving stuff on TikTok. There are also really great videos, or not just dancing. Try not to laugh. Dog videos are great.
There's real help on there.
Right? But honestly, get out of your comfort zone.
Yep.
And let's try and empower ourselves with knowledge, whether we get it from TikTok, or you can get out your encyclopedias, or you can Google things, or you can actually just talk to another human. But we got to go. We'll be here next week on Caregiver Crossing. I am so sorry, but we are done for the week.
Until next time, take good care of each other.